Welcome to today's 15-minute full body tone. No equipment needed, just you and your mat. When you're ready, let's get started. Take it to your mat and meet me in child's pose. Starting with a few deep breaths here in child's pose. Stretch those arms forward, knees open a little bit wider than your hips. And then on your next exhale, draw up to all fours, and we're moving into cat-cow. Inhale as you arch the back, eyes find the sky. Exhale, deep contraction, eyes to your thighs, lifting up and out of your shoulders. Right away at the start of class, using that breath with your movement. Good, really nice. Warming up the back, and then go ahead and lengthen out. Go ahead and extend your right leg back behind you, left arm forward, nice straight parallel line here, and then begin to knee crunch. Tap your elbow to knee one time, and then give me 2 pulses with a straight leg and a straight arm. Exhale as you crunch all the way in. Inhale, lengthen out. Good, we're going for 8, you're halfway there. Exhale in, nice and slow and steady, and lengthen out. Keeping those hips as parallel to the floor as you can. Deep contraction lifting from the glute and the shoulder girdle. And go ahead, hold this one nice and long, lift up and out, and then gently place your hand and knee down. Let's switch sides. Left leg back, right arm forward. Begin to knee crunch. Exhale, contract. Nice and slow and steady, lifting up and out of that opposite arm. Good, keep those hips nice and stable by engaging your abdominals. Stretch this one nice and long, lengthen all the way out, reach, and then gently place your hand and knee down, tuck the toes, lifting the hips up to down dog, nice long spine, and just begin to paddle through the feet, stretch through the calves, stretch through the feet. Arms are slightly bent here, press both heels down, and then go ahead, lift both heels, bend the knees, lengthen all the way out to a high plank. Give me 2 shoulder taps, opposite hand to opposite shoulder, and then lengthen right back out. Lift, bend, repeat. 2 shoulder taps in that high plank. Hips go high. Making sure those hips are nice and tucked in that high plank. Last one here, lift the heels, bend the knees, slowly roll through to plank. Give me 2 shoulder taps, and let's just tap it out right here. Here we go, tap and tap. If it's too much to keep those hips from rocking and rolling, go ahead and step those feet a little bit wider than hip width. Otherwise, feet are hip width apart here. Squeeze the abs, tap it out. Good, and go ahead and take it to child's pose. Catch your breath, shake it out. Nice work. We are going to transition to a little bit more core here. Go ahead and flip to your back. Feet are hip width apart. Heels are flat, hands go behind your head, elbows wide, and we start to crunch here. Exhale as you lift, inhale, lengthen out. Keep a little bit of space between your chin and chest here as we take these crunches. And try your best to keep your low back on the mat. Lift and lower. Good, nice work, nice stable pelvis. Go ahead and hold this crunch up, hold the crunch, and then lift your right knee up to tabletop, lift and crunch, and then toe tap as you lower the head. So just the right leg working. You should feel your right oblique fire up. Your left oblique is stabilizing you, and again, keep no space between your low back and that mat. Good, breathe with it. Go ahead and stretch that right leg high, extend your left leg out behind you. Both legs are hovering, and just pulse it here. If it's too much, you can always keep that left leg on the mat or have a slight bend to your legs. Lift and lift, rib cage closed. Good, elbows are nice and wide. And then we're just gonna bicycle it out here. Here we go, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Even more than your elbow, think about lifting that opposite shoulder. Exhale, twist and twist. Nice and slow and steady, and then go ahead and meet it down in center. We're going to switch sides right away. Left leg up to tabletop as you crunch and lift, and toe tap lengthen, firing up that left oblique. You got it. Good, just a slight toe tap, barely any weight on there. And then go ahead and extend that left leg, hover the right, we pulse it here, lift and lift. Remember your modifications. You could place that right foot down or bend the knees slightly if it's too much to hover here. Good, legs are long and strong, keep lifting. Go ahead and hold, grab onto that left leg. We're moving into scissors here, double pulse in as we switch our legs. If it's too much to keep the legs long, you know what to do, bend the knees slightly. Good, advance, go ahead and let go of the legs, hands go behind your head, 1 count, it's switch and switch. Space between your chin and chest, lift a little bit higher, rib cage closed. Nice. All right, go ahead and hug those knees into chest. Moving into a little booty, feet go right back, hip width apart, palms pressed down flat against the mat, and let's move into glute bridges. Go ahead and lift the hips up nice and high. Squeeze the glutes up at the top. And then slowly, sequentially move through the spine all the way down. Nice. You could stay at this pace or double time it, start to pick up the pace. Lift and lower, keep that rib cage nice and tight. Knees shoot up to the front. When you reach your highest glute bridge, use the strength of your triceps to really press into the mat. Good, let's hold this one up. Ribcage melted, squeeze your glutes tight, and then go ahead, if you got it here, reach those arms up in front of your shoulders, palms face in, hold it here, add a little pulse. It's squeeze and squeeze, just an inch, squeezing your glutes each time. Good, really nice. Lift and lift. And then slowly place your hands down, reach those glutes up, and then slowly roll through the spine, melt it all the way down. Hug those knees into chest, nice work. And then rock and roll all the way up to a seated position. Let's get into your triceps. Place your feet down, place your hands down, lift your hips high, and start to bend the elbows down into tricep dips and lift, down and lift. Get those elbows pointing directly behind you so you're really hitting the back of your arm there. If you want to make this a little bit harder, reach your legs out nice and long or keep them bent. Keep those hips hovered off the mat as best as you can. Let's hold it down halfway and just pulse it out, little pulse. So it's a little bit faster, pulsing through those triceps, trying not to fully extend those arms, little pulse. Good work, shake it out. All right, roll those wrists and we're gonna get into your left leg. Come onto all fours, hands and knees, and then go ahead and stretch that left leg back behind you. Flex it, the leg is long. Start to lift that left leg up, squeeze your glute up at the top and lower. So similarly to the beginning of class with that alternating bird dog, you're not gonna arch your back. The strength of that left glute is gonna lift you. Lift that leg all the way up. Hold it high here and just pulse it up. Lift and lift. Press more weight into your left hand. Try not to sink too much into that right hip. Good. Go ahead and hold it here. Point the toe and now start to knee crunch. Knee to nose as you bend the leg in and extend. Bending all the way in. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen out. Nice. Trying your best to keep your leg parallel here as best as you can. Good, foot is pointed. Really round that spine so you get your low core in as you go in for that knee crunch. Beautiful, hold it here, start to bend that left knee, drop your knee down and then circle it out to the side and back in for 4, for 3, big circles, 2, and 1, nice work. Let's reverse, lifting up and out, trying not to move those hips. Good, last one here, just fire hydrant and out, knee lifts out to the side, back in. Lift and lift, really getting that outer glute here. Press more weight into that left hand. Beautiful work. All right, shake it out. Come back to a child's pose. Just catch your breath, stretch out that booty for a sec. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Extend that right leg back behind you, right away. Start to lift that leg, lift and lower. So foot is parallel and flexed, hips are parallel. And this time, right away, press more weight into that right hand. Core stays tight, navel into spine. Hold it up, start to pulse, just little pulses, up an inch and down an inch, squeezing that glute each time. Hold it here, point the toe and knee crunch all the way in, round the spine, nose to knee, and then lengthen all the way back out. Keep it parallel as much as you can, squeezing that glute each time. Good. Really contracting through that core. Think core draws that knee into chest. Strength of the glute lengthens it back out. Try to keep your arms slightly bent here. Don't go into that hyperextension. Slow and steady, moving that spine. Good, hold it here. We're going for those knee circles. Bend the knee, drop the knee, lift up and around to the side. For 2. Good, keep it going. For 3, more weight into your right hand. Don't sink into that left hip. And 4, let's reverse. Here we go for 4. Nice and slow and steady. 3, 2, last one. We fire hydrant it out to the side, knee tap, lift it out. Good, keep it going. Spine is nice and neutral. Don't move anything but that leg. Awesome work. All right, roll those wrists out really quick. Let's finish with a little bit core. You're gonna meet me in a high plank. So back onto those wrists and toes, high plank, slight tuck of the hips here, don't arch the back. Start to draw those knees in for mountain climbers. Here we go, it's in and in. Nice, arms are slightly bent. Again, your core pulls that knee in for those mountain climbers. Each time, take an exhale. Exhale, run it out. A little bit faster, here we go. Nice, hold it still and steady now without breaking the plank. Drop it down to your forearms, low forearm plank, toes and forearms. Think about drawing those forearms close to your toes to your forearms. Feel that center core fire up and then start to knee tap, joggers. Knee tap and tap. One knee at a time, jog it out. Tap and tap. If it's too much, just hold that plank either on your toes or on your knees. Good, breathe with it. Now tap both knees to finish. Tap both knees down and lift. Both knees down and lift. Here we go. Good, stick with it. Slight tuck of the hips. Try not to arch that back. Shoulders are super strong. Navel into spine. Really nice work. You are done. Sit back into a child's pose. Now you can stay here in child's pose and stretch with me for another minute, or if you have to run, I totally get it. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining. If you're staying and stretching, go ahead and crawl your hands over to one side, shift your hips to the opposite side, and just stretch out your side body. Feel a nice stretch through your shoulders and back. And then crawl through center. Go ahead and stretch to the other side. Breathing deeply in this child's pose. Come back through center. Slowly roll on up on your knees, and let's stretch your legs a little bit more. Come on up to your knees, draw your right foot forward, left hip back, lift your left arm, and then lift up and out of your hips over to the right side. Little side bend here as you stretch your psoas. Coming a little bit deeper if you'd like, go ahead and draw down to a right lunge. Keep that back knee on the mat. And if you'd like to stretch your quad, reach back for that back foot and just gently draw that heel towards your glute in this lunge. Always breathing. Gently release that back foot. Hips go back. Stretch the right leg nice and long. And go ahead and flex that foot. Fingertips crawl a little bit forward, more forward, and stretch that hamstring. Exhale, take another deep breath as you lower down, sinking deeper into the stretch. And then let's switch sides. Draw back to your knees. Left leg forward, right knee back. Shoot your right arm up to the sky. Lift up and out of your hips and slight side bend to the left. Hips are tucked. You can always stay here, or if you'd like to deepen the stretch, come down to a deeper left lunge. And if you'd like to reach back and stretch that quad, reach back for your foot, gently draw that heel in towards your glute. While breathing deeply, try not to hold your breath in. Release that leg, let's stretch your hamstring, hips back, flex that front foot, and then walk your hands a little bit farther ahead. Think about having a nice long spine here as you gently draw your knees knee to nose. Nice. Both knees back on all fours. Let's just move back into that cat-cow again, stretching your spine one last time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round and contract. Good. Back to down dog. Tuck the toes. Stretch the legs. Stretch the calves. Stretch the spine. Gently walk your hands back to your feet. Your knees can be slightly bent. Ragdoll here. Opposite hand grabs opposite elbow. Just rock back and forth, stretching your spine. Gently release the hands. Bend the knees slightly and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Nice work, everybody. You did it. Shake it out. Quick 15-minute full body tone. Thank yourself for giving yourself some time today, and I'll see you again next week.